that shit, brother. Let's get that shit, boy. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh shit. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Oh. Check.
Well, let's see, bro. Jimmy High Roller. Look, whatever Jimmy says goes.
Alright, we got
Okay?
Agent.
Whatever Jimmy says goes. He's the
Turn this down a little bit. Type shit.
expert. Let's see. We're done with the 90s.
Alright, let's go.
My brothers, we are in the midst of a civil war. The age-old debate of past versus present has reached critical mass. And sides have been taken. A revolution is taking place, and we're losing good men. Old school versus new school. Back in the day versus modern day. A story as old as time itself. I tried to ignore.
Alright. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was like, I seen 3 minutes of this video, and I was like, this might be a good video to react to. And I was like, alright, we go turn on the stream type shit. You know, we got my man Agent. So we got, cause I'm not gonna lie, this has been an ongoing debate on like, is a new NBA like better and improved. I'm not gonna lie. It's saying the 90s wasn't horrible, just different. I don't know. People saying 90s was better. People saying now it's better. So like, we just gotta see for ourselves type shit. Fuck me type. Alright.
Or this bloodbath, but just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, it all got so much worse. We done with the 90s. Film of NBA games from the 80s and 90s coming to light, showing that the good old days were in fact not that good.
Oh no, wait, that was embarrassing. Wait.
This whole time, the punishing defensive legend was actually just a bunch of plumbers camping out in the paint looking for someone to hack. Shots clanking off the backboard, players running around aimlessly, wreaking havoc.
Damn.
And worst of all,
Really
Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the supposed greatest basketball player of all time, didn't even have a left hand.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I kept seeing this on my Instagram reels lately, bro. They keep saying this nigga Michael Jordan had no left, and I'm like, dang, bro. Like, I even peep for real, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really seen, bro. They said like he has actual no left hand, bro. That shit been tough as fuck, bro. Nigga, no left hand. Like that one nigga, that be having like one arm. He be cooking niggas. I'm not gonna lie, bro. One arm cooking niggas, bro. You got it, bro. I don't know if niggas just giving them the benefit of the doubt, or I don't know what it is, bro. But nigga, he be going past people, bro. I be like, damn, nigga, damn. Alright, let's go.
What is going on? Have we been lied to about basketball in the 80s and 90s? Are we really done with that era of hoops? Or are we being deceived by lowlights, misinformation, and cherry-picked clips?
Damn.
I think I've got an answer. And so...
Did he just inbound the ball to?
And cherry-picked
What the
clips.
fuck was that pass?
I think I've got an answer.
Oh, who?
Was that the opposite
ain't
team?
gonna like it. Today's video is sponsored by
Oh, fuck
SeatGeek.
sponsors,
The
bro.
NBA
All-Star
season is
game?
in full swing. The MLB season is just around the
I
corner.
hope so.
Analysis,
That was a mid snipe. I wasn't focused. My bad. Jack.
testimonies from past and present players talking about their experience in the league and how it's changed over the years.
Yeah, but
And
I've been
none
seeing like mad interviews on like Shaq and shit.
of
Shaq
those
should give
things
him the,
managed to do what these 5 simple words have
saying
done
like,
in
yo,
just
this
a
nigga, hey, would you compare? They would say like, would you compare Kobe to LeBron or some shit? And he was like, nah. I was like, bro, that shit
week.
disrespectful.
Soon enough,
Nobody
the clips
would be
came
compared to
rolling
him.
in of players from that era dribbling off their feet, throwing up air balls, and putting together moves that you might see at your local high school's JV game. So, for whatever it's worth, here is my
Yo, he
long-winded
said
take on this whole
They
discussion.
look like JV players, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Oh.
I want to begin by saying what this discourse has taught me more than anything else is
Yo,
that NBA
who remembers
fans today
VHS
never
tapes?
actually took the time to go back and watch games of the past. Brothers, I have been harping on this for years, begging for fans of the game, whether you are new or have been watching for years, to just go back and watch full games. Not highlights,
I'm not gonna lie,
clips,
I seen a nigga on
full-length
Instagram
games
Reels.
of
He was
eras
like,
from the
oh yeah, I'm
past.
gonna watch
And after
every
seeing this
old 90s NBA game to actually prove to y'all that LeBron was better than MJ. And I was like, bro, that's actual dedication, not gonna lie, bro. That's actual dedication.
Yo, as a real nigga and a real fan, I've done that before.
Hey, W agent.
Nah, ask Low. Low would play this shit on the TV. We would kick back and watch this shit from time to time. Ask Low when we lived together. Yes. He's
Niggas a
talking to y'all.
diehard
Y'all
fan, bro.
gaslighting me right now. Stop.
devolve into where it is today, it is clear to me that
want a
most
cookie?
people never take the time. I'm
Sure.
seeing countless fans have this sort of awakening as they're watching films of these old games, as if the footage was buried
Yes, they
or
will.
lost, and it's finally being unearthed for the world to see. It's been right here on YouTube for the past 15 years.
Yeah, they got 'em on
You
YouTube.
mean to tell me the same fans who chime in with a full-blown thesis on the GOAT debate never spared the time to even watch the games they were referring to?
And
Niggas
on
watch
top
the
of that,
game. What are
if
you
that's
talking
you, your opinion is invalid. Yes, you are not allowed to have a valid opinion. You can have an opinion, but it's
I'm not gonna lie, niggas that be like, that be saying niggas are ass and don't even be like have any actual proof or watch this shit, bro. You got lock in, bro. Come on.
an invalid one.
I guess that does explain a lot. Now, I'd like to think I'm somewhere in the middle on this whole discussion. I have said on multiple occasions that players in today's NBA are simply more skilled than players of the past, which has
True.
resulted in bigger stat lines and higher point totals than ever before. It's not the defense that has gotten worse, it's the offense that has gotten
Elbow.
better. You know, that whole spiel.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the offense definitely has gotten better because like niggas are just, the ball handling is insane. Like niggas, I mean, you got like Allen Iverson, but like nigga, I feel like that was really like one of them, like if niggas was doing that back then, they would have thought you was doing like voodoo magic or some shit. Like, oh, what is he? He just switched from his left hand to his right hand in 0.5 seconds. Like, bro, they go start glazing, bro.
But I also have an appreciation for the greats that came before and how incredible some players of past eras were. In fact, I almost feel like I'm hallucinating seeing this 90s basketball slander campaign unfold in front of my eyes. It feels like everyone's perception on the age-old debate changed literally overnight. I know that's not the case, but after seeing all of this play out, it sure feels that way. But
Oh
today,
my god, that's literally my favorite dunk of all time. Was that Sean Kemp? No, it's not Cap. It's Scottie
I'm not
Pippen
gonna lie.
on.
Now that I think about
Patrick Ewing. I
it,
lied
some
my
of the
ass
most
off.
professional dunkers don't even be in the NBA, bro. Like I saw a reel that was like they should just hire like outside niggas that just be doing professional dunks for fun. Just let them in the contest, cause it's like, bro. Now that I think about it, when you actually in the NBA, bro, you're not focused on these like. You're not focused on these dunks, on the dunks, bro. Especially because dunks be hurting too, bro. Like, you gotta lock in, bro.
Gonna show you some cherry-picked clips or unhinge this narrative even further. I'm gonna show you real film.
Yeah, that's the one. That's my favorite dunk. That one right there.
Might actually be done with the 80s and 90s.
Alright, let's watch real
And
film, guys.
Of course, if Michael Jordan really had no left hand. Spoiler, He did.
Bro, he had a left hand, dog. Why are niggas saying that? He had a left hand, bro.
Why are so many businesses using Snapchat ads? Let's ask Playby.
Bro,
We
fuck
realized
this,
there was
bro.
a big overlap between.
Now, I have been an advocate for the modern players are better than players of the past movement for quite some time now.
I feel
In
as though,
fact,
like,
as crazy
overall
as it is
wise-
for younger fans to say Mike.
Like, the new people are, like, old people, they are, like, good. But, like, you just see more people nowadays that are good overall than the people, like, back then. In terms of overall, I'm not talking about, like, prodigies or nothing.
Michael Jordan was
But, yeah.
trash. It's just as absurd for older fans to say the game hasn't evolved.
Who's saying that?
gotten better over the last 30 years. Because that's all this debate really is. Young fans versus old fans, or fans that watched this versus fans that are watching this. But objectively,
Someone in chat said, I just said it.
Nah.
Why?
Niggas be dick eating.
players today are much better than they were in the 80s and even the 90s. Specifically, the lower end of the talent pool in the NBA today is vastly better than it was in the past. I think great players would be great in any era, but with the spacing, the shot making, the emphasis on offense as opposed to defense has made the depth across the NBA today just way ahead of where it was in the 80s and the 90s. There was, without exaggeration, guys in the NBA.
Alright, Chad. I have an opinion.
You know when agent has an opinion, he gonna start yapping.
I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Throughout the 80s and 90s that were on NBA rosters just to accumulate fouls and sit in the paint and be big. Some of these players were offensively inept, and that was okay.
Jared Allen is giving Bill Russell buckets. I'm sorry.
A, because their role was not to create offense. But in today's NBA, where offense reigns supreme, there is no room for these players. Now, you could and should go back and watch film of games, not highlights, from this era and see just how limited the skill sets of some of these players were. The shot making, for the most part, was limited to set jumpers, slashers coming downhill for layups, and big men.
Yeah, they don't really have
hustled their way to
like
the
many
bucket.
options. Like it wasn't really versatile. Like
Down low, in the midst of what appears to be a wrestling match. Catch a player off guard with a double team, and they immediately
Yo, like 30 years from now, Chad, they're gonna use like an example of when Sacramento tried a 5v4 defense when they just had a nigga cherry picking, and they're gonna be like, in the 2010s, they didn't even play defense. And they're gonna show like Dellavedova playing great defense and being like, these star players couldn't even deliver in the clutch. Bro, it's gonna be straight up fucking propaganda. And then we're gonna have to explain to the people not even fucking born yet, who didn't even witness this era of basketball, why they're fucking dumb, why Kobe was great, and LeBron is the greatest player of all time. We're gonna have to do it, bro. I don't know how the fuck we're gonna do it. We're gonna have to explain to these niggas who aren't gonna go back and watch the footage, because we don't even know if YouTube is gonna exist. Why LeBron was
YouTube not
as good as he
existing
was,
is
bro.
crazy. Not gonna lie.
Actually, they might believe LeBron. Who's a nigga that I feel like they're gonna forget he was that great? Russell Westbrook. We're gonna
Yeah,
have to
because he's already
explain to
going
them.
down, bro. Not gonna lie.
Like Russell had a couple bad seasons, bro, but that nigga was a killer, my nigga. Bro, you don't remember OKC, bro? You see how they try to do Carmelo Anthony? They think we forgot about Denver Carmelo Anthony. Nigga, I didn't forget about Denver. I used to have the jersey on my first ever jersey, dog.
Simple things like guards turning their back to the basket 20 feet out instead of creating space off the dribble. Even players looking down at the ball.
You got the
while trying to
3-point
get out
line.
on a
Fuck is you
fast
turning your back towards the person, bro? Like if you don't create some space or try to drive in, like nigga didn't even try.
break was very common.
Nigga said, well, I'm gonna let you have that one. Nah, it's real like funny to me, bro. Niggas be like, I'm gonna let you have that one. He was playing too much good defense. I was like, bro, nigga wasn't playing defense. Nigga was putting one arm out, bro.
in this era, and these aren't lowlights or cherry-picked incidences. This is just what the game looked like 35 years ago. But even without film, nearly every metric suggests modern players are more capable of players in the past.
No.
Free throw percentage was worse, three-point percentage was worse, turnover percentage was higher. They used to shoot more free throws, but still ended up with far less points. Now, this is not to say that this era of hoops was trash. That's just disingenuous and flat out wrong. These were the best players in the world at the time. It was just simply not as good as what it is today. But maybe there's another layer to this that needs to be factored in to really understand why these players were not as skilled as the players of today.
Sonics, bro. I forgot about them, bro. You can change.
Now, despite this being a very relevant topic for
Nigga, AJ about to say something, bro.
What did I just see? I actually don't want to go back because it might make me hate that era of basketball. I'm not going to go back.
For years,
What
the
is the
idea
point
of
of that?
rule changes and how
Drill.
these changes have affected the game still remain a mystery to some. Players were a product of their era and the rules of their era. The first step to discovering greats of the past is to watch film of them play.
I'm not
the
going
next
back,
step
no.
is to gather and understand the context of the film you are watching. When you see a 6'9" Magic Johnson go flying down the court
He was
with
6'9",
what looks
yeah,
like
okay.
kind of a stiff dribble, you may think the man has no bag. But my
No,
friends,
he had a bag.
Magic Johnson
What the fuck?
did have a bag.
Nigga was the
But
definition
rules
of a
in place
bag.
At the time, only allowed him to reach so far into
That's a
it
fact,
before
'cause
he
they
got
would-
called for every violation.
Yes, that's a fact. They don't be
Consider the
calling
fact
that shit no
any move
more.
Your hand wasn't completely
calling
on
what?
top of the basketball was considered a carry. No
Oh.
zero steps, no gather steps. You get 2 steps, and anything more was called a travel. No backward shuffles to create separation. No lunging into players to draw easy fouls. Here's a clip of Danny Ainge hitting Kevin McHale with a
Oh, I
hezzy
think they're
in-
basically saying, like, niggas, like, refs back then were, like, less lenient on, like niggas was not, I mean, that's kind of their problem because you're not experimenting, though. I don't know.
in the mid-'80s, and the man thinks he just witnessed witchcraft.
Wait, what?
Of Danny Ainge hitting Kevin McHale with a hezzy in the mid-'80s, and the man thinks he just witnessed witchcraft.
See, I told you, they didn't even know what a fucking hezzy was, bro. I'm dead, bro. I'm dead. Oh, shit. Nigga say, Gee Willikers!
Hey,
Witchcraft!
Hey, on God, in my heart of hearts, I believe I can defend that, and I shouldn't feel that way about an NBA player. I probably
No,
can't.
I feel like
in
I
my
could defend
heart,
that
I
too,
know I
bro. 'Cause
can.
what the fuck? That
And
shit was
that's
slow as
fucked up.
fuck.
A hezzy in
Look
the
at all he had to
mid-'80s,
do.
and the
Look
man
at this nigga gave the. Oh my god, he's getting me mad. He's getting me mad, bro. Oh my fucking god, bro. This nigga gave up. Look at this nigga, bro. Like it's not. I could give it to him if like this nigga was like actually blue pat, bro. No, my god, bro. Look at this.
Here's a clip of Danny
Puts
Ainge
a hand in
hitting
his
Kevin
face.
McHale with a hezzy
Huh,
in the
hezzy.
mid-'80s, and
Nigga puts his hands down. Nigga, if he didn't even go up yet, he's still driving. If you don't just him, oh my god, bro. See, they not hit, bro. Nigga.
and thinks he just witnessed witchcraft.
That nigga gave up. That nigga gave up, bro. Can't give up, bro.
Hey, on God, in my heart of hearts, I believe I can defend that, and I shouldn't feel that way about an NBA player. I probably can't, but in my heart, I know I can though, and that's fucked up.
A hezzy in the mid-'80s, and the man thinks he just witnessed witchcraft.
But when practice sessions were completed, some of the most competitive competition began.
Defending that, I'm stealing that. I swear, bro. Yo, Chad, if you do that to me,
That shit
I'm
is
taking
easy,
that,
bro. I'm
Bro,
telling
I'm
you.
pretty sure I'm taking that right there.
What are they arguing for?
Here's some more clips of players getting called for travels and carries, doing moves that are very typical and allowed in 2024.
What the fuck?
90% of the moves you see today, the very method.
Yo, this nigga said courage and cowardly dog ass laugh. Well, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's just it's basically the refs hold him, bro, because the rest was not hit.
Most players generate their offense would be called for some sort of violation 40 or 30 or even 20 years ago.
But like the thing is, his hand ain't over the jump. I mean under the jump, under the ball. So I'm like, bro, that's not a carry.
Or excuse as to why these players of the past weren't doing this stuff.
And plus niggas are doing it hella fast.
Real, documented pieces of NBA history. You can literally look them up. The game got looser, players grew up and shaped their game around these looser rules, and now they have free reign to let their basketball bag run wild.
Yo, that's why I watched Jimmy High Roller. I wasn't thinking about shit like that. Do you have bug spray? Nah, I don't, Davis. I'm sorry.
Point. Players of the past didn't grow up practicing 25-footers. They didn't work on a dozen moves to create separation. They played in offensive systems that focused on the team, the collective, schemes and sets that resembled something closer to college basketball, where ISO possessions were few and far in between. So they never developed an arsenal to counter these situations. The rules at the time limited their game, which resulted in them having a more limited skill set than players today. If Larry Bird grew up with a three-point line, he might have been the greatest long-range shooter ever, but he didn't. And as a result, he didn't shoot a lot of threes, and he wasn't as efficient as the...
Bro, you gotta think. Steph Curry's dad was a good three-point shooter. He played for the Toronto Raptors. Part of his career. Okay? Steph used to watch his pops in the city of Toronto. And he got a chance to...
We get it, bro. You're from Toronto.
His mind was made that three-point shooting is the meta. Because that's what his dad, who played for Toronto, used to do. So, of course, his mechanics were elite. You feel me? So, I didn't think about that, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
Best shooters today. We can sit here and assume these players of the past might be as capable as players today if they were playing under the same rules and conditions. But they didn't. And I don't think we should assume
like unwritten rules,
the fact is they played in a different time.
They had to like niggas change the
became
rules.
A product of that time. But that's not to say
it's just because niggas got
better. Or that the superstars of these eras couldn't compete in today's league.
But I mean, like at this point, it's just old heads versus young niggas, bro.
Isn't that so ironic? Michael Jordan, just Michael Jordan, another nigga, bro.
League.
Michael Jordan.
Now, as time goes by, I think it's easy to forget just how long ago 1980 was. 44 years ago, if my math is correct, which is in fact a very long time.
Laptop about to die. Plug that bitch in. Ugh.
Ago. In 1985, Magic Johnson won an NBA title, Larry Bird won the league MVP, and Michael Jordan won Rookie of the Year. That was 39 years ago from today, which is the same exact amount of time that has passed from that 1985 season to the year the NBA was founded in 1946. Look at these clips. Do you think these players could compete with the likes of Bird, Magic, and Jordan?
No, I think AMP is sweeping these niggas, bro. I think we're taking
AMP versus 1946 basketball. Bro, yo, high school JV team nowadays, your high school varsity team sweeping most of these niggas, bro. 1946, bro. What the fuck? Who did it even have? Like, niggas ass, bro. Nigga. Like, look at somebody, like, we make fun of now, like, fucking Ben Simmons or some shit, like, nigga. What if that nigga was cooked? Nah, that nigga not cooking, bro. I don't know, bro.
Like, bro, we are packing their bags and starting their bus for them. We're sending them home. I think A&P, bro. We put Kai Cenat in the corner. Nigga been working on a shot with Chris Brickley. We'll have Davis at guard cooking up. We feel me? We'll have Duke Dennis. We're probably gonna run it through Duke. No Glaze, obviously. Just realistically, like and then I could probably cook a couple of them niggas in the post, bro.
Yeah, like niggas be glazing, but this time niggas are actually
Let me
like
answer that
facts,
for
bro.
you.
Duke would cook.
No, but take the best players of the 80s and 90s, and could they compete in today's league? Absolutely. Give these guys some credit. Watching
Nigga said backdoor lobs for Duke. nigga Davis is gonna do his patented step back, and they're gonna be like, what?
Is that allowed? Is that allowed? Niggas be
today
like,
is
bro.
the equivalent of watching this in the 80s. And yet this product
They
is
gonna call it
vastly
travel?
closer to the basketball we see today than this product was
Glaze.
to what fans were witnessing in the
Hey,
80s.
the truth is the
in fact,
truth,
we
man.
can use
Call it what
different
you want, David.
superstars as sort of a cross-generational measuring stick to see just how stiff the
Didn't Duke beat you in a 1v1 today, Davis? How was that Glaze?
Yeah.
competition has been over the years. Larry and Magic played Michael, who played Kobe, who played LeBron, who has played the players of today. And nowhere down this timeline was there any real jump or fall off in production or level of competition.
Nah, the day niggas start saying Kobe wasn't skilled. Here's what I'm gonna do, chat. I'm gonna work so hard in my life. I'm gonna work so fucking hard to generate billions of dollars. I'm gonna become one of the wealthiest people on planet Earth. I'm gonna cozy up with the richest of the rich. I'm gonna start a venture capitalist fund so I can buy
Whoa,
these social networks.
calm down, bro.
So I can eviscerate your fucking opinion. Nigga said, he said, inshallah, brother. Yo, bro. Whoa.
From one era to the next.
Oh,
Each era had their stars. Those stars crossed paths with stars of other eras, and no
Yeah,
one
I'm not
era
gonna
was
lie,
clear.
bro. I seen a nigga on Instagram Reels. There was like, put your top 3 best NBA players of all time. This nigga had like Curry at top 3, and Kobe was not in there. And I was like, I think he had like Michael Jordan, LeBron, and Stephen Curry. And I was like, bro, the disrespect is crazy.
Clear
The
cut
disrespect
ahead
is
of the
crazy.
other. If the 80s were so
Like, Stephen
bad,
Curry ain't even that
nothing
versatile. Like, nigga, he can shoot. Yeah, he's consistent. But, like, nigga, Damian Lillard can shoot. Yeah, he's not as consistent. If anything, Damian Lillard's range is longer than Steph Curry's. It's just that nigga not as
players of the
consistent as
90s
Steph Curry.
have to wait for those guys to get old and retire to have a shot at winning. And if the 90s were so bad, then why did players of the 2000s not win until those guys retired?
Facts.
We don't need to assume that adjacent eras could compete
Because
with
they
one
just
another
joined.
because
It wasn't
we
even... Okay, the
actually saw it.
early 2000s? Like, oh, nah. That's not really fair. Because, like, niggas was retiring. Even, like, new niggas, like LeBron James, he was still rookies. So that wasn't really fair. That was like kind of like a dead time in my opinion. I mean, you had like some niggas, but these niggas was retiring and you gotta wait for niggas to build up their shit. Like you see like 2010, you got like all these niggas like LeBron, KD. Then yeah, you know already know like Kobe, Shaq, they played together, but like nigga, it's like a little like buffer, a rough period where like niggas is getting old, and then the young niggas took a while to step up, and niggas, you know, retire and shit.
MJ struggled.
Wait, what era is the softest here, chat? No, what era is the best? Okay, hold on. This is comp. Okay? Bro, there was better players in this era, my nigga. Steve Nash? Dirk? No.
Because, like, okay, yeah, no, 2002.
You want to know my actual
If they
opinion?
talk about, like, early 2000 right here, then you go to, like,
This one.
2006.
Oh, my God. This
And-
one right here. What the fuck? Nigga, Chris Paul, LeBron, Durant, Wade. There's nothing else to talk about. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
Over the rest of the
2011.
guys that came before him,
That shit was
Shaq
calm. That
struggled
shit was
against
calm.
Hakeem and Kobe struggled against MJ. LeBron struggled against guys like Duncan and Dirk. And players of today have struggled to get past some of the older players in the league who are a product of the previous era. Now, what we shouldn't do
But that's
is
mainly
jump
because
3
niggas
or
are
4
new.
eras
You gotta
at a
give them time to develop.
ignoring entire decades of evolution.
Like, nigga, obviously, if I just, like, that's how it is for everybody, bruh. Like, everybody was, like, niggas just got more experience for real. You can't even, like, say, like, you can't even say anything, bro. Like, let me turn this light on, bro. That's just how niggas are, bro.
And saying the game back then was better or even as good as it is today. At a certain point, the knowledge and wisdom that comes from actually witnessing decades of NBA history, like some older fans have, becomes skewed and watered down by nostalgia and a generational bias. Superstars are superstars because their game transcends the era they played in, but they also played in an inferior league. These two ideas are not mutually exclusive. And although generational talents of the past would do just fine today, this same logic does not apply to the vast majority of the league
it's an inferior league.
80s and 90s.
Damn.
I can't believe he said that.
This is like a secret weapon. Is Arcade by Output, one of the greatest plugins that I've ever used. A lot of plugins that we...
When did that become not trash? Not
So
trash?
if the 80s were inferior to today's league,
I'm sorry. What? Whose opinion is this?
Nah,
And
for
nobody in
real.
the chat has this opinion. I put my whole bank account on the line. Nobody in the chat has this opinion, bro. There's no fucking way.
Like, who are these niggas, bro?
so if the 80s were inferior to today's league and the 90s were inferior as
That's
well,
not even
when
close.
did the NBA become not trash? Well, it depends on how you look at it. Ironically, I think there's a pretty clear distinction to the skill set of players before Michael Jordan hit his peak and after. For example, the early 90s and late 90s, although being in the same decade, were massively different in play style and skill set.
Nah, for real, though.
About the fact that
I do-
Magic
I
Johnson
do see
was
that.
Still in his prime in the early 90s, and Allen Iverson was entering his prime in the
my
late
God.
90s. In less than 10 years, basketball became a massively different game. By the late 90s, the players who grew up
I'm
watching
not gonna lie,
Jordan
early
fly
2000s
through the
was
air and
peak.
slice of
Oh my
defenses were
God.
in the league,
Yeah,
and
I
reshaping
think
the
about
role
to
that
take it back.
perimeter players played. Guys like Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson, Ray Allen, Stephon Marbury, Grant Hill, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter.
Damn, bro.
Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson, Ray Allen, Stephon Marbury, Grant Hill.
This duo could have been so great, bro. At the time, I think we had Damon Stoudemire too. T-Mac is a bitch. What? How was that T-Mac's fault? Vince was the nigga that ruined it. What the fuck? No, he wasn't. No, Vince ruined it later. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I heard a lot of rumors, my nigga. It doesn't matter, bro.
Vince.
In the past, Kawhi did what they couldn't. Shout out Kawhi.
Hill, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter. All these
Shout out
guys came into the
Kawhi!
league around the same time and were products of what they saw MJ do throughout his career. Players with a skill set that more closely resembles what we see today
Damn.
than it did to the skill sets of
Niggas
players
was
of the
moving.
80s and even early 90s. This is where I think most fans might make the distinction of when the league really took a leap, not in competitiveness, but rather play style. You can go back and watch these guys play, and it's not too different than watching an NBA game today.
Yeah, 2000s.
Or you can point to the shift in play style that happened in the late 2010s, after Steph Curry redefined what makes a great championship caliber player,
Oh my
and the
God.
league adjusted to this new three-point heavy perimeter-focused style of basketball. Similar to Jordan, the kids
niggas
who
just
watched what Steph
change
was
their
doing
play
in the
style, make it harder.
mid-2010s, emulated that style of play, tailored their games to it, and are now in the league doing things that only Steph
Step back.
could do
Niggas be
a
spamming
decade
step
ago.
back, bro.
So if we're done with
Especially
the
like the
80s
James
and
Harden, bro.
90s, where can we look back and no longer apply this era tax on these players? I think most fans would agree that the
Nigga
turn of the
said.
century is where the modern era of hyper-skilled players began. You can say objectively that this era was not trash, and most players of this generation would do just fine in today's league.
Facts they would.
Type
But
shit.
if that
Yeah.
is the case, then modern NBA fans are holding...
Yo, question. Would Shaq do good in this era, chat? No, of course he would. Would he do great in this era? Shaq.
Shaq. Yeah, I think he would. You got that nigga like still bigger than most players though. Older.
I am hacking the shit out of him, bro. I will not stop hacking. I'll put in my fucking reserves. I'll bring my two-way players from the G League to just keep hacking.
What do you say?
I will hack. Nigga will not get one post move out. I'm gonna hack.
Bro, he's bigger than you. Alright,
Foul
bro.
out. That is a
Nigga
15
be
player
breaking
on my roster.
backboards.
He's
What are
in
you
there.
talking
Supposed to
about?
be Foul Shaq.
a ticking time bomb, and they might not even know it.
Right or wrong?
They really show Victor on Beyond. Like he's
60
tough. He
points
just
easy.
joined the league, bro.
and B, giving Shaq 70.
When we
Shut
are
the fuck
older
up.
and a new
Shut the
generation of
fuck up.
NBA fans
Hey,
claim
shut the
our
fuck up.
favorite players,
Shut
the
up,
guys we
nigga.
grew up watching, are
And
not
that's a
as
bot.
good as the
That's not a
players
real
of the
human that
future.
just said that.
What will you have to say? Right now, there is no one in the world who can shoot like Steph Curry.
Facts.
But inevitably, there will be. And eventually, there will be many players who can shoot like him. His records will fall, his percentages won't look as good through the lens of 2040, and although his legacy will be cemented, his actual game will be put into question.
Alright, I think what they mean by this is like he's gonna decrease. Obviously, he's gonna decrease. And considering if he doesn't retire, if he waits too long to retire, I think he's saying like there's a possibility of like somebody on the come up trying to outshine him. But in terms of like being better than him, like all time, like that shit's crazy. I don't, and like shooting, like maybe in a while, but like after him, like from what we've seen right now, nah, I don't think so. I don't think so, bro. I'm talking about like this while he was in the league. I ain't talking about other niggas. But even then, bro, like, I don't know, bro.
Wait, if that happens, no, I actually think this
Because
record
it's like,
is
bro,
the one.
if somebody, you gotta realize that, like, if somebody's better than Stephen Curry, that's, you got to get better than, that's a lot of work to get to that nigga's level, bro.
That stands the test of time. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta really think about it, bro. I think, no. I think that's actually true with most records, but I don't think it's true with this one. That's how great I think Steph Curry is at what he does, bro.
And based on the arguments I'm hearing today on why past players were trash, we will have nothing to say that will change their minds. We know that Curry was the first to do what he's doing. He is a pioneer of the modern NBA. We have context to back up our claims. But if we aren't willing to hear older fans out today, what makes us think younger fans will hear us out in the future?
No, impossible.
Words.
Impossible.
There will be a day when young fans will go back, watch film of LeBron, and say he couldn't compete with players of the future. In fact, it's already happening. Fans saying he has no bag.
What?
Younger players putting up bigger numbers than he ever did. Skill sets a bit deeper with.
Okay, they're not wrong,
his
but like that.
percentages
Oh
won't look as-
shit, I accidentally rewind.
I think
older that look more polished. It's all fun and games now to crack jokes about.
But no,
past
but
era.
like no, that like niggas, like yeah, I'll admit like it took LeBron like a while, but like bro, like you can't just disregard what he's done.
But our day will come.
That nigga has 40,000
and it ain't gonna be
points.
pretty. But
Like, who
Giannis
the fuck
could
has
only
that?
run and dunk. Your era was trash. Y'all had a dude who
As
couldn't
Giannis is dunking, the fuck.
get 2 feet off the ground, running the whole league. You can scramble, pull up clips, and show the numbers, but their minds will already be made up. This is why I think it is so
wait, he's
important to have
right.
genuine, thought-out discourse
He's
about the
right.
game if you're truly a fan of it. But to all of the older fans out there, you kind of started this whole thing. For years, we heard y'all badmouth modern players, saying the
Yeah,
league
y'all
is
just
soft,
started, bro.
players today couldn't compete back then. Back in my day,
You're
real men played the
right.
game. Y'all cannot be mad that some fans are done with the 80s and 90s when y'all never even gave modern basketball a chance. Sure.
Bro, imagine when all these players retire and they all get a podcast. Bro, we're gonna hear some treacherous stories, dog. When they all get podcasts, oh my god.
The old niggas and the
it's
new
gonna be
niggas, bro.
nuts,
Because old
bro.
niggas, some
We're
old
gonna
niggas
hear
already
all
got
the secrets.
podcasts.
A lot of fans never took the time to go back and watch the greats of the past. But let's be honest for a second. Older fans don't watch games today. They catch a stray clip on Facebook of LeBron flopping, and like an echo chamber of disgruntled old men,
Facebook,
they just start
facts.
firing away
Facts
in
that
the
happens
comments,
on
agreeing
Facebook.
with one another.
King of
Y'all asked
flops.
for this.
Yes, he's
I've
the
been
king of
watching the NBA
flops.
since the mid-2000s. Kobe, D. Wade, McGrady,
Bro,
Iverson,
LeBron James do be
Shaq.
flopping, though. I'm not
Those were
gonna
my guys.
disregard
But
that.
I can acknowledge those greats and say they were incredible, while also acknowledging that that version of the NBA as a whole was not as refined or as good as it is today. Now, will I be able to make that distinction in 20 years when some snot-nosed brat tells me my glorious king was trash? I'm not so sure.
Hey Simmers, stop what
Glorious
you're doing.
kids.
Playing with mods just got easier.
Damn. Full circle. Michael Jordan really had no
No,
left.
it's time to
Oh,
once
he
and
had a
for all
left, bro.
take a real close look at this accusation that Michael Jordan did not have a left hand. I felt like I was having a bad dream when I first saw this claim. But unfortunately, I was not. I feel like no one actually believes this. This is just some high-level trolling. But in an effort to stop this nonsense from spreading any further, I have no choice but to take these accusations seriously. So I selected 8 random games ranging from Michael Jordan's rookie season all the way up to the mid-90s, and play-by-play gathered all of his possessions throughout these games, charted when he went to his right, when he went to his left, and what those possessions resulted in. And here is what I found. Jordan made a move with his left hand or his right hand 227 times. Of those 227 moves, 121 of them were with his right hand and 106 of them were with his left hand. Of the 121 right-handed moves, he passed up or got fouled on 54 of them, so I didn't bother charting those. 65 of these moves resulted in a shot, in which he made 63% of them and only turned the ball over 2 times.
He got fouled on like 40% of his moves with the right hand? Mike, if you said it's a foul, I'll call foul, Mike. Head ass. What the fuck? Damn, that nigga's a free throw merchant.
Now, moves that he made with his left hand resulted in a pass or him getting fouled 45 times.
50%?
55 of these
Damn. Oh, it says passed or got fouled. Oh, I'm blind. My fault. That's on me, bro. That's on me. I gotta read and listen better. All right, we don't know which one were passed, which ones were fouled. Okay, my fault. I should have read.
I was just saying, niggas just fouling him.
Moves ended up in a shot in which he made 51%.
That's pretty
and
even,
6
though, in my
moves
opinion.
resulted in a turnover. So, based on this data, Jordan was definitely more comfortable going right, especially near the rim and even on mid-range jumpers. He struggled a bit in comparison to his right whenever he pulled up off of a left-handed dribble. But overall, Jordan went to his left 47% of the time, and although it was his weaker hand, he was still above league average even while going to his left. But 8 games and 350 minutes of basketball is a relatively small sample size.
Facts.
So I looked into it further and found this. A detailed breakdown of Michael Jordan's shot chart and shot tendencies in 3 seasons from 1991 to 1992. 126 games and over 4,800 minutes in total, tracking exactly what Michael did on the court for 3 seasons.
Well, who had this type of time?
Nah, for real.
In total, Michael made 1,074 moves in isolation, going either to his right or to his left hand. 48% of those moves were with his right hand, and 52% of those moves were with his left hand. When going to the right, Michael shot 61.7% on 410 shots with 15 turnovers.
I bet this nigga felt like he wasted his time doing this shit.
If anything.
Yo, whoever, this nigga probably worked for ESPN. ESPN be coming up with the most random facts.
Points per possession.
Not for real.
To his left, Michael shot 61.3%.
Like ESPN be like, oh yeah, he was the first person to shoot a 3-pointer on a Thursday afternoon while wearing white socks. Like, bro, we don't get that weird ass stat out of here, bro. And they be glazed too, bro. Like, I see the Instagram reel of like, fucking, they were like, oh, if LeBron James was a slave trade or something, he'd be my first pick. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, nigga, who let that slide, bro?
21 shots with 36 turnovers, resulting in 1.31 points per possession. So even with a much larger sample size, Michael not only had a left hand, he went to it just as often as he went to his right, and was nearly as proficient with his left as he was with his right. Now, for some context, throughout this 3-year span, Michael made on average 4.4 left-handed isolation moves, or in this case, isolation possessions, that resulted in 1.31 points per possession. Now, here are some prolific scores from this season and their overall tendencies and efficiency in isolation. Keep in mind, this data includes both right-handed and left-handed moves from these players.
What the fuck?
And now here is Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that shit is a landslide.
Oh my god! Bro, he's off the map!
For real.
With just his left hand. So,
wait, where's LeBron? Where's LeBron?
That's just his left hand? Damn. That's just up.
You mean to tell me all them compilations I be seeing of LeBron? That shit right there, that shit don't be hitting? Wait, does that count as an ISO? Yeah, that's an ISO, nigga. Damn. That little signature step back. It's all a force.
Is Michael Jordan with just his left hand. So, Yeah.
Nigga said
I'd
MJ's
say
ass
contrary
in
to
the
what
chat
has now
after we
become
didn't
popular
just see in the
belief,
fucking
Michael
film.
Jordan had a left hand. And I cannot believe we had to dig into the data to come to this.
I'm not gonna lie. This actually is a damning chart. This is a damning chart, bro.
Yeah, somebody said look up 90s illegal. Yeah, it was.
When we say
fucking
ISO, we're
fouling
talking
shit.
about ability to score. Feel me? Ability to create shots. And he couldn't be in a worse position. I'm not gonna lie. Wow.
Damn.
Damn, DeRozan.
Conclusion.
My name's Daryl Dixon. I went out looking for something.
I think the overall idea that the 80s and 90s were a far less skilled time in the NBA compared to today is probably fair. I mean, you'd be crazy to think the game hasn't evolved in 4 decades. But to say the league was trash back then is just wrong. I think more than anything, it's the style of play and the way basketball games would unfold back then that really throws some fans off when they go to watch film of these old games. It's like looking at a box score from the mid-2000s and thinking everyone sucked because the game's finished with final scores in the 80s. But the players weren't bad. It was just a different game back then. It was slower, more methodical, more team and scheme-based than it is today. And similarly, I think you could say the 80s and 90s had its fair share of bad basketball. But that doesn't mean all the players were bad, especially the superstars of those eras. That was just the state of the game they were playing in. I think some older fans have a skewed perception of how good the game was back then, but I also think they just genuinely liked that style of ball regardless of the evolution of the league.
Old heads will be biased
In 20
anyway,
years,
so it
there
doesn't
could
matter.
be a dozen players around the league that shoot like Steph Curry. But I doubt we will hold the same appreciation and affinity for those players as we did to the guy who pioneered this style of play and did it.
I love seeing Jordan in those little shorts.
He's whoa.
Alright, time that nigga out for 1 minute, bro.
Yeah,
You
that
gotta
nigga's
think
a
about
threat.
that.
That nigga's a, who the fuck? Who the fuck said that? Nah, but I was gonna say like there might be niggas that could like be on Steph Curry's level or better than him, but like because he pioneered the way, I get what old heads are saying. They're saying like niggas, he's still gonna be better. That's what they're trying to say. Old heads are saying niggas, nowadays they can do what the older people did better, but they did it first. So they're saying they're better because of that.
In the 90s, no one looked back at how the league was in the 60s claiming it was better. And so realistically, we shouldn't be looking back at the 80s and 90s claiming the league was superior than it is today, or even just as good for that matter. A lot of these ideas that favor modern basketball are becoming more mainstream as fans dive deeper into these topics and add context to narratives that have been floating around for decades. But I think this push to be done with the 80s and 90s is a bit overkill. We want to add context and nuance and knowledge to these discussions.
Tell that to a nigga in the IG comment section right now. Let's have nuanced discussions about this topic. Yeah, fuck no. This can get off the little shitty takes.
Entire decades from it altogether. Sadly, I don't think any of this has or will change anyone's mind.
Facts.
This revolts against old school
nigga.
ball. Hey,
when you see someone
niggas are still gonna argue anyway. They are.
saying this, send him a Jimmy Howell video.
Argue with facts, bro.
Are we done with the 80s and 90s? Maybe, but for the sake of the game and the greats that paved the way, I sure hope not.
Yeah, Jimmy, that's a good video, Jimmy.
Yeah, that was a W
That's
video,
a good video, Jimmy. That's a good video, Jimmy. Oh, so you like the video? Boom.
Type shit. Let's see what we got next.
You bought Valorant skins. Just how awesome would it be to have your dream skin collection